Maybe first and foremostly is to express our great indebtedness to Happy Utility Stores for their generosity investing in the game of football, particularly in the youth category of under 17. We applaud you as football, and I must say, as a football association, we are trying to be aggressively, however in a collaborative way, to try and cover every ground in terms of the development of the game of football. Where there wasn't, there should be activities in development and competitions for the youth. Where there is, like in the whole region, we need to populate all the good things that have been done, including also covering the gaps in terms of quality. That is what is very key. It's not only about having the activities, but we need to also apply qualitative standards that would ensure that we get to the best levels possible when it comes to football performance at the elite stage, which comes later. The chairman talked about the future or near future, but the scholars have always said to me, the future comes every after 60 minutes. So every hour is the future. So we must always be ready as to how we present ourselves within the next hour, building to our long-term future. And there's also a very big or great incentive that has come forth from the world governing body when it comes to the age category of under 17. The FIFA Under 17 World Cup for the boys will now be hosted yearly, beginning this 2025. This therefore says hosting under 17s tournaments and competitions and development programs does not now become an issue of choice. We are now obligated. We want to be a part of the global stage in terms of participating in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, starting from the continental level, of course, where we are in Africa. And this also has given us a great impetus and encouragement to try and be as aggressive as possible, because we don't want to be always making numbers at this level, but also we want to be competitive like the rest of the top countries out there, so that we can have a better showing at this level that will present a good foundation for the senior national team. So that this much revered sport of football, especially at that top level, when we now watch the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, we can have even more players that we can look back at having graced such tournaments at under 17 level. So it's an encouragement to you, coaches, clubs, and administrators alike, to say, here's an incentive that has been presented before us to try and utilize it. We thank Happy Utility Stores for this investment, and hopefully when we look at the statistics within a year or two, we'll be saying there are so many players in the under 17 national team that are coming from the realms of the Happy Utility Stores tournaments that are all over the region at Gao. Another thing, we also want to assure Happy Utility Stores that we are supporting this program fully, which is why we'd availed these training programs in terms of educating our coaches, our referees, our administrators, managers, who are even getting into the medical sphere, because now we need to take care of the lives of everyone that are practicing our sport at all levels. We've also introduced a new program beginning 2024 of safeguarding. We want to also assure the parents and everyone that has got interest in the sport that we are trying to afford the safest environment possible for anyone that practices the sport. We have gone beyond to say there are vulnerable groups like maybe in other quarters. We are saying everyone that is in the sport must be accorded a safe and secure environment at all levels, which is why we've got training for everyone that is in the sport to know what safeguarding is, what the dangers are, and how we can prevent and address some of the challenges that we can see in society that are aligned or associated with the issues of safeguarding. We don't want the sport to be littered with certain scourges that are currently seen around society, which are detrimental to the livelihood of the normal human being prospectively. So we want to present football as the best citizen there is within this society, and also a major contributor and driver to a better life. It's a school of life. We want to maintain it to be in so many better ways. A congratulatory note is due to SuperSport, the champ of champs, but we also have to congratulate the other champions. Don't diminish whatever that you've done at your respective competitions where you also became champions. It's just that when it comes to one tournament, the final tournament, there is always that one winner that we all have to, that we wish for. And this time around it's SuperSport. We congratulate them. We also congratulate every of the clubs that took part. The chairman of the youth did allude to the fact that the numbers grew from 65 to 77. That's music to our ears in football, because development is a pyramid. We're looking at a situation where we could have 20 to 30,000 young boys and girls playing football in order to come up with the top 100 that will grace our national teams. That is always the work that needs to be done, because there's a lot of refinery work that has to be done along the way to try and identify and nurture the talent to get to that level. A vote of thanks also goes to the media for the splendid work they've done covering the events and also showing the public in various ways. Now we're in all spaces, whether digitally, socially, print, whatever the ways, electronically, to also keep people abreast of the business that we're about in the game of football, and in particular also populating the mileage of our sponsors in this respect, Hub Utility Stores. We want to congratulate you, thank you, and also encourage you to continue. And on the final issue, that of registration, I can assure you we had a meeting 2 weeks ago with all the chairmen of the regions to actually say we're presenting this platform of FIFA Connect to have every youth in the country to register on that platform. We want to also benefit from the proceeds of training compensation solidarity mechanism that seeks to compensate and also to recognize the people that were involved in the development of any player. So that is where we are, and we are hopeful that we would have achieved that within the next year or two, because before the end of the year, we should have already established national regulations that would also talk to that program, and also for the benefit of everyone that is in the sport, and also to recognize the efforts that are done by the administrators and coaches, including the players at the young ages, because it has been one area that has been neglected for quite some time. So we need to also take them on board, and also to make sure that the sport itself, that is football in this respect, is a sport that is rewarding for everyone, and also trying to make sure that is an equitable distribution of the proceeds, once the players at a later stage become marketable to attract better transfer fees. We also want a share at the development stage, because we've done so much, especially given the fact that this is the hardest part of football development. With these words, as a football association, we would like to wish the activities to follow after this one a success, and better still as we go to our respective places of abode, safety and security, with God's blessings. Thank you so much for your attention.